Hey Jack, the Bumpy Ride. Chapter 1. This is Jack. Today Jack is in a fizzy mood. He is as fizzy and whizzy as a firecracker. His fizzy mood is buzzing with excitement, huge grin and tingly toes. Jack and Billy are going horse riding. Jack is so excited he feels like he might explode. Billy and Jack are in a holiday program. Yesterday they made pasta necklaces. Pasta necklaces aren't nearly as exciting as horse riding. Today Billy and Jack have dressed up like cowboys. It is a long drive to the horse riding camp. Billy and Jack sit at the back of the bus. They sing a song that they made up with their holiday program friends. I'm riding my horse on the range, yee-haw! I'm rounding up all the cows, yee-haw! I'm hot and I'm dusty and I'm tired, yee-haw! I'm a cow! When they get to this bit, the boys sing boy and the girls sing girl as loudly as they can. The holiday program leaders, Cindy and Kwan, are the front of the bus. Okay, kids, Cindy says, maybe you can sing something quieter now. Jack and Billy giggle. Finally, they get to the horse riding camp. Jack and Billy get off the bus. Then they all go together to the stables. Jack is so excited that he runs the whole way. A man on a big black horse trots over. Hey there, he says, my name is Jim, and this is my horse, Lightning. He swings down onto the ground. Wow, he looks super cool, Jack thinks, just like a real cowboy. So who's ridden a horse before, Jim asks. Billy puts up her hand. So do lots of other kids. Jack begins to feel worried. He's never ridden a horse before. Jim matches everyone with a horse. Billy gets a speckled grey horse called Fury. It looks cool. Billy looks very proud. Anybody not have a horse yet? Jim calls out. Jack puts up his hand. Not me, he says quietly. I haven't ridden before. That doesn't matter, mate, Jim says. He pats Jack's shoulders. I have just the horse for you. Jim takes Jack over to the last stable. Inside is a brown horse with a fat belly. She is munching straw. This is Betty, says Jim. She'll be perfect for a beginner. Jack sighs. He was hoping for a big black horse like Lightning, or at least a speckled grey horse like Fury, not a fat brown pony called Betty. Chapter 2. Jim helps everyone put a saddle on their horse. Jack and Jim can hardly do Betty's saddle up because she is so fat. Finally they get it done, but now Jack is feeling very hot and dusty. Next, Jim tells Jack to lead Betty out of the stable. Billy's horse trots out easily, but stubborn old Betty won't budge. Jack looks up at Jim. Can't I have a different horse? He whispered. Jim chuckles. Betty is a good pony, mate, trust me. No, she's not, Jack thinks. I got the worst pony of all. Jim helps Jack lead Betty outside. Everyone is waiting for them, Jack sighs. Jim shows them how to get on a horse. He puts his left foot in the stirrup and then swings his right leg over Lightning's back. Now you try, says Jim. Jack puts one foot in the stirrup, then he hops up and down for a minute. He is feeling a little nervous. Just as he is about to swing his other foot over, Betty trots forward. Jack falls onto his bottom right in the mud. Everyone laughs. Jack feels his cheeks get hot with embarrassment. Not to worry, says Jim, helping Jack up. You look like a real cowboy now. You'll never see a clean cowboy, that's for sure. I guess, mumbles Jack. Finally, he gets onto Betty's back. All the horses start moving forwards. Billy's horse moves very quickly. It tries to get up to the front. Wait for me, Jack calls. I can't help it, Billy calls back. Sorry. Betty trudges along at the very back of the line. Sometimes she even stops to munch on grass. Oh, you are so annoying, Jack says. I wish I had Billy's horse. He tries to make Betty go faster, but she just goes at her own pace. Jim takes them for a ride through the bush. They go up hills and down hills. They even splash through a stream. Jack feels annoyed that he has the slowest horse, but he still has a good time. Jack tries to see where Billy is, but she's too far ahead. Suddenly he hears her cry out. Oh no, Jack thinks, Billy's in trouble. Chapter 3. Betty and Jack finally catch up to Billy. Jim is holding Billy's horse by the reins. Its eyes are white and wild. Jack hops off Betty. Billy has dirty tears all down her cheeks. Cindy is kneeling next to her. When Billy sees Jack, she bursts into tears again. What happened? Jack asks. Quan frowns. Billy's horse isn't behaving today. She got a fright and tripped poor Billy off. Oh, how scary, Jack thinks. I'm glad I wasn't riding her horse. Billy shows Jack a big muddy scrape all down one arm. I said I would ride back with Billy to help her clean up, Cindy says. But Billy is too scared to get back onto her horse. And Jim needs to look after the group. We need someone with a nice, gentle horse who can go with Cindy and Billy, explains Quan. Jack looks at Jim. Jim smiles and nods. I'll do it, Jack says. Billy can ride with me. That's very kind of you, Jack, says Cindy. Are you sure your horse won't do anything silly? Jack leans over and pats Betty's mane. Nah, he says, Betty wouldn't hurt a fly, would you, girl? Then he looks back at Jim, who winks at him. Thanks, Jack, says Billy. She wipes her eyes on her sleeve. Cindy helps Billy up onto Betty's saddle behind Jack. Betty stands very still. Jack is sure she understands that she needs to be on her best behaviour. Good girl, he says quietly. I knew you and Betty would make a good team, Jim says, watching. I keep her for special people. And like me, Betty can always spot a true cowboy when she sees one. Jack grins. Even though he is hot and dusty and dirty, he has never felt so proud.